has now willed the Blazers into sole possession of the 8th seed. Shannon, what do you expect from Dame going forward?
Greatness. I expect him to keep doing whatever it takes to get this team in the playoff and to compete at a very high level. And that's what great players do. That's what superstar players do. They lead their team. Dr. King once said the ultimate measure of a man is not where he stands in times of convenience and comfort, but where he stands in times of challenge and controversy.
True.
And in a situation like this, Skip, and I know it's not applicable, so people don't be talking about, you compare Dame Lillard to Dr. King. I'm just saying, Skip, every game is a playoff game. It feels like he's exerting Game 7 energy because he knows he can ill afford to lose to. Now, he's gotten great help from the Grizzlies because they've crash landed, Skip. But still, he needed this game yesterday to make sure he can control his own destiny. So now we know they're in the play-in game. They're going to either be the 8th or the 9th seed. So we know that. With that being said, Skip, this is what superstar players do. They find a way to say, you know what, guys? Your back's messed up, CJ. I got you. Nurkic, you in foul trouble. I got you. Gary Trent Jr., you're having an off night shooting. I got you. Guys, get on. Let me take you there. Where we're going, let me take you there, Skip. He's leading in the bubble. He's averaging 41 minutes a game. He's averaging 37 points a game. He's averaging 9.3 assists. That's unheard of. And leading the bubble in points created. Skip, this is the third most minutes he's ever played in the stretch. And you think about it, the other two instances were in the playoffs. Skip, he's giving you Game 7 energy. He's giving you that on a nightly basis while standing tall. If it's hard for me to believe to see a scenario, if this was Steph Curry or this is Kevin Durant or this LeBron, and they're doing exactly what Dame is doing, we're going to heap praise and adulation. I'm going to give that man his flowers right now. He deserves a bouquet. He deserves an applause. He deserves adulation. That's been a virtuoso, and he's giving you those performances. Has he faltered down a couple of times in the bubble? Sure. But, hey, give him to me. I take him. Skip, I expect nothing but greatness from Dame Lillard. He's on a mission, and he's going to see this thing through.
I hope you are right.
I know you hope I'm right.
Now it is Dame time. Last night was just a small part of Dame time. It was a game they almost had to win, and they did. And I give him that, and he was, for the most part, sensational, all-time sensational. But now he has the greatest opportunity of his career to right the wrongs of his past, of the Western Conference Finals last year. And I'm going to detail that in just a moment here. Some of the wrongs of the bubble so far that put them in a precarious position going into last night's game. He can right the wrong of the Clippers just shaming him, clowning him, laughing at him for missing the 2 free throws and the late tying 3 against a Clippers team that was obviously without Kawhi and Paul George in the fourth quarter. And he has a chance to take care of business against the Brooklyn Nets, and I'm not sure who's going to play for the Nets. Last night, no starters played. Jacques Vaughn said they're beat up. I don't know if any will play. Will they play maybe a half?
Right.
It's a game you should take care of business and win. That's going to be Thursday evening.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a game, Skip. You go ahead and blow them out and get Dame some rest.
Okay. And it looks like they'll play Memphis. I think Memphis is going to be able to win its last game.
Yeah, because they don't know if Utah's going to play anybody.
Okay. So if Memphis wins, Memphis will, I'm pretty sure, be in.
Right.
And then Memphis will be the 9. So you've got 2 shots. You have to win one of 2 games.
Correct.
To eliminate Memphis and move forward to play
the Lakers.
The Lakers.
Yep.
What a great opportunity, because people are again, commentators with huge respect, Shaquille O'Neal, Greg Anthony, they're already predicting that Portland will knock off your Lakers. They are flat on the record already predicting it.
Right.
So it's a great opportunity for a team on paper. I know CJ's got some non-displaced back injury. I don't know. I think it's more of an irritant. It's obviously not stopping him from playing. But will he be quite himself? Will Gary Trent Jr., will the lights get a little too bright? Are they starting to get too bright for him? It's going to be Dame time. And again, you do have Nurkic back, and you do have Collins back.
Right.
And all of a sudden, you look like with Melo, the new improved Melo, instead of the old Melo, you have a chance to do something very special here. So again, I can't wait, because now you're in the biggest spotlight you've been in, I think this spotlight will be even bigger than the one last year because nobody really thought much of Portland at that point. But remember, Golden State did not have Kevin Durant.
Right.
So I boiled down that series to basically 2 guards versus 2 guards because these 2 guards are really good.
Right.
And obviously they're not quite as good as Steph and Clay, who have been all-time great.
Right.
But if you look at those 4 fourth quarters last year in the West Finals, and I came in here every morning and I said, man, because I thought Portland could win at least a couple of games off of that Golden State team that was struggling at that point. And all 4 games after 3 quarters were very close. All 4 games were winnable for Dame Dollar, the guy that you say is all-time clutch.
Mm-hmm.
And again, I thought he would be too. And in those 4 fourth quarters combined plus 1 overtime, he shot 8 for 26 from the field, which was 31%. And from 3, he was 5 of 17, which is 29%. And he wound up a minus 30 for those 4 fourth quarters and overtime. No Kevin Durant, shaky Golden State. And Golden State managed to survive all 4 games plus winning in overtime when Dame just disappeared in overtime. He went 1 of 3 from the field, 0 of 1 from 3.
But
so
Skip, you do realize that Golden State had played without KD and won 73 games. They had played without KD, won 67 games and a title.
Okay.
So it's different.
I always ask, are you that guy or not that guy?
So
he wasn't that guy.
But let me ask you a question.
He had a chance to show.
In the history of the game, when had a superstar underdog been favored over a dominant team? Michael Jordan was never favored when he was the underdog against the Pistons. He was never favored as the underdog against the Celtics. But now y'all heap that on Dame to try to make him look bad. Why wasn't Michael Jordan favored over the bad boy Pistons?
You keep telling me he's all-time great. And last year, going into this series, I was with you.
Hold up.
I'm like, okay, here we go.
And guess what?
If they can keep these games close, and they kept all 4 games close going to the fourth quarter, I thought it was Dame time.
It was.
And not one time in 4 tries was it Dame time.
And you remember, Michael Jordan had a 2-1 lead over the bad boy Pistons. What happened, Skip?
Why do we keep bringing up Michael Jordan?
Because I'm trying to show you how unfair you are when you evaluate Dame.
It's just
That's why.
blasphemy. You can't compare them.
Yes, I can. Easy. I'm not trying to compare the players. I'm trying to compare what you're doing here because
Michael Jordan went 6-0 in the finals with 6 MVPs. It's unfair.
What happens when you get to what happens? What happens?
This guy hasn't played in 1 finals yet. Okay. That's been my issue. Okay. Just show me.
So from 84 to 90, how many finals did Michael Jordan make?
Okay, he was up against some of the greatest teams.
You keep making excuses.
That's not an excuse. It's a fact. You love the Celtics. Larry Bird was your favorite player.
So let me ask you a question.
It's hard to get through those guys.
Let me ask you a question.
The bad boy Pistons were bad to the bone.
Let me ask you a question.
They defended at the highest level.
Golden State, are they any good? Where would you rank the Golden State Warriors?
Well, your guys knocked them off. They were up 3-1 on your guys, and LeBron and Kyrie came back and got them.
They said, I mean, what I've been seeing is that the 18 Golden State Warriors might be one of the 2 best NBA teams in NBA history.
Kevin Durant was gone.
Kevin Durant was there in 2018. That was his first year.
I'm saying last year he was gone.
Yes.
Yeah.
But Skip.
Vulnerable.
Skip.
You thought they were vulnerable.
It's a difference.
They were not playing at an extremely high level.
It's kind of like when you took a certain, like you took Gronk out of the lineup with Tom Brady and he still won the Super Bowl. It's because the other guys had played with Brady for such a long time.
Yep.
It wasn't like you were just taking a guy that had been. So the guy's like, okay, we've done this before. Steph and Clay and Draymond said, hold on, we won 73 games before. Why do you think Draymond said what he said to KD last year, Skip? He said, we did this. We won this thing without you. We've been successful without you. So they have the utmost confidence that they could do it without KD. My only point is, Skip, is that everybody is heaping this on Dame, says, you should beat this, you should beat that, when they never, ever did that to any other superstar that was an underdog. Shaq's been an underdog, but they never said Shaq should have won a series. Michael Jordan was an underdog. They never said he should have beat the bad boy Pistons, even after he went up a game on them. Why you got to do that to Dame? To try to make him look bad to say he's not a superstar if he don't beat the number 1 seed?
You're telling me he's all-time great. He has not played in a finals yet. You can't even put him in the category of those other players.
So, Skip.
And by the way, I'm going to repeat this to you, just so you got the gravity of this. Since he came into the league, Damian Lillard has the worst winning percentage in the playoffs of any player in the league since he came into the league. Is that all his fault? Obviously not.
What about the players that didn't make the playoffs? What's their win percentage?
Okay, well, I'm just saying, this guy is known as a superstar. There's a big super, all caps, in front of his name.
But
I just need to see it. And again, just in plus minus in the playoffs, he has the second worst since he entered the league. He's minus 219. Going into last night's game, he was minus 219.
Skip.
So my point is it all his fault? No, but it's time to show. I'm happy for him. He has a sensational all-time opportunity now.
And if he doesn't if he doesn't beat the #1 seed, that validates your point. He's not that guy, right?
Have people already picked it?
It doesn't
Do you have
matter.
respect for Shaq's basketball knowledge? I do. Greg Anthony, I worked with him a long time. He really, really knows basketball. He's picking Portland.
Okay, I get that. So in other words, because Shaq, who played the game, was an all-time great, Greg Anthony played the game, because they pick him, if Dame Lillard doesn't deliver, it validates your point he's not that guy, is what you're going to use. That's your argument. When you've never used that argument for any other superstar player that was the underdog and didn't knock off the top seed, you never use that.
He hasn't proven anything yet. He hasn't even played in the finals. You can't put him in the same conversation.
Chip, Michael Jordan didn't play into a finals until '91. He came into the league in '84. You didn't make that argument.